Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to Cricket Happenings. And what a day in the World Cup today on 17th of October. Just a couple of days back, we saw a huge upset in the World Cup where Afghanistan went on to beat England. But today, there's another massive upset that has happened, and that is the Netherlands have upset the apple cart of red hot South Africans. I mean, it's very difficult to believe, but yes, it has happened. So, this is another upset that's happening. So, suddenly the World Cup, which was going according to, uh, by the people chasing whatever the scores may be, we were seeing a lot of chases being staged, and the team that was chasing was winning. But suddenly we have seen there is a gradual transformation, and not only that, upsets are happening, and the World Cup is really getting thrown open now, according to me. But it's very interesting and exciting for cricket, no doubt about it. And I'm sure South Africans definitely would have been absolutely gutted. But as far as Netherlands are concerned, well, it's a big joy for them because what a feeling for them. They beat South Africa by 38 runs. They removed West Indies out of they pushed West Indies out of this World Cup right away. And also, let's remember that Netherlands had already stung South Africa in the T20 World Cup, where they made South Africa, who were probably one was thinking that South Africa is going to enter the finals. But before that itself, it was all over, as Netherlands were the ones who were responsible for upsetting South Africa in the T20 World Cup. But doing this on a 50 overs, and that to a red hot South Africans, has come as a major surprise. But full credit to them. This team is really looking like it can upset any team today after looking at the showing that they did today. So let's have a look at what happened here. Now, well, it was a rain hit match. This was played at a picturesque Dharamshala, which is basically overlooking the snow-capped Himalayan mountains, as we all know. And we have been seeing that the commentators have been absolutely raving about Dharamshala. And I think probably once the World Cup is over, the thing other than cricket, if at all anyone wants to talk, because there are a lot of commentators who have come there and they're getting the first glimpse of Dharamshala, the world cricket commentators, and they are raving about it. And they say they have never seen something like this. And this particular cricket match is played in a stadium which is overlooking the mountains, Himalayan mountains, the great Himalayan mountains. So it's a wonderful sight over there. And I think if at all anything other than cricket would be talked about, it would be the picturesque arena that has been put forward. It's good to know. So definitely, as I said, the Dharamshala crowd had a real sort of bonanza today when Netherlands went on to upset South Africa. And South Africa, probably if they had won this match, they would have gone on the top of the table. But look at what they have done. Netherlands have uh, given South Africa a defeat. I mean, it's still really difficult to believe, but oh, definitely Netherlands believed in it. Netherlands definitely believed in it. And if you look at the let and also the toss was actually won by South Africa, and South Africa very rightly. I mean, it was as you know, it was raining, and overs were reduced to 43 overs a side, and Netherlands were the ones who were batting first. So definitely, once it rains, definitely there would be some movement in the pitch for sure. Some moisture is there beneath the surface, and there should be some movement, and that precisely we saw it right away when the South African bowlers were bowling. And let's look at the Netherlands card. Now, there was nothing really to talk about. Netherlands were totally struggling. Vikramjit Singh was out for two. Max O'Dowd, prospered by hitting a few good boundaries in a knock of 18 of 25 deliveries with four boundaries. Colin Ackerman lost his stumps to some genuine pace of the bowling of Gerald Coetzee for 12. Basdi Leader, the all-rounder, went cheaply. LBW bowled Rabada and Engelbright was gone for 19 of 37, 1416. And Teja Nedamanaru made 20 runs of 25 with 3 boundaries. But everything started, and this was the time when Logan Van Beek was sent back to the pavilion. The score read 140 for 7, and that was the 33.5 overs. So basically, if you're looking at it, essentially there were only 9.1 overs left for Netherlands, and one would have uh, definitely not expected Netherlands to reach 245 for 8. If at all they reached 245 for 8, it was thanks to their captain. Well, we have been talking about the Netherlands captain. I mean, his captaincy has been absolutely exemplary, according to me. And now today, I always have a great hope on this player, Scott Edwards. I feel he's extremely talented, not only as a captain, as a batsman as well. And the way that he played today, I mean, he really started hitting the leather of the ball when he was playing the South African bowlers. And what a knock from him, and what support he was given. Look at the support. Real of Vandermeer, the former South African, coming in, he's a very, very unorthodox type of player. He will hit you to different corners of the field, which you would have not even expected. And that's what precisely Real of Vandermeer. He's just sort of a, if I go back into my cricket years, I would probably say he's one of those players like the former England all-rounder, I would call him, John Emburey. He used to hit in all uncharted corners of the field, and this is what Real of Vandermeer did today. And they were determined. They knew that 140 for 7, the score was not enough in 9 overs they have. But it takes a lot of bravery there, because they had only two. But the lower middle order definitely gave great support, with Real of Vandermeer starting it all with 29 of 19 deliveries, 3 4s and 1 6. And Aryan, that totally surprising everybody with 3 6s in an unbeaten knock of 23 of just 9 deliveries. And look at, I mean, I will come to that. And look at Scott Edwards' knock. I mean, his driving, his pulling, the way he came there, waited, and then he got the support of Real of Vandermeer and also Aryan Dutt, and that's the precise reason he made a princely unbeaten 78 of 69 deliveries, 10 4s and 1 6, and that was the precise reason the South Africans went on to 240. Sorry, the Netherlands went on to 245 for 8. Now look at how many runs they ransacked. 9.1 overs, 105 runs were scored by Scott Edwards and the lower middle order, consisting of Real of Vandermeer and Aryan Dutt. And the total for Netherlands at the end of 43 overs was 245 for 8, and I have a feeling that South Africa probably a bit overconfident that the score, because Netherlands is playing, they probably had a bit of overconfidence, according to me. Because look at I mean, this is a quality South African bowling attack, which is getting pasted to all corners of the field in the last 9 overs. Lungi Gidi, 9 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 57. Marco Hansen was definitely the pick of the bowlers. He was the one who bowled 8 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for. He probably didn't get into the real crunch part of it. The reason being, probably he was not given the death overs, so probably that was the precise reason his bowling figures stood well. Kagiso Rabada normally is the strike bowler for South Africa. 9 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 56. Gerald Quedzi, I can understand. He's a young bowler. He's an upcoming bowler. 8 overs, no maiden, 1 for 57. Keshav Maharaj did his job well, 1 for 38. Now it was the turn of the South Africans to chase 246 for victory. And let's have a look at the story. It all started with Temba Boma and Quinton de Kock adding 36 runs. And also, initially we saw Aryan Dutt is a quality bowler, and he was really bowling very, very well. He was not giving away any freebies. He was getting bounce. He was getting the ball to turn as well, and he was a real difficult customer to deal with. And then finally, if you look at the let me give you the story of this South African debacle. Talking about it, Quinton de Kock was the first man to get dismissed. Now, this was done by the part-timer And Quinton de Kock in what form he is right now. And Quinton de Kock trying to sweep a delivery from Ackerman was caught behind by Edwards for 20 of 22, three boundaries included in that. After that, Temba Bavuma was the next victim. Real of Van Rumer was pushed into service, and the very, very first delivery netted him a wicket. It was absolutely a straight delivery, but I thought there was a bit of a quickness in the delivery, which actually beat Temba Bauma's defense and crashed into the stumps. So Temba Bauma has gone bold Van Rumer for 16 of 31 deliveries with 2 4s and 1 6. The score read 39 for 2 after 9.1 overs. Now, there were two new batsmen to the crease, Rassie van der Dussen and Aiden Markram. And look at what happened. Now, the Netherlands bowlers put the South African innings into a real tailspin here, because they picked up two quick wickets. The first wicket to go was another form batsman, Aiden Markram, and he was facing the pace bowler Paul van Meekeren, who has great experience playing in all the T20 leagues all around the world. And here comes Paul van Meekeren getting the wicket of Aiden Markram with an absolute beauty of a delivery, because this particular delivery was a ball which was absolutely a nickbacker from Van Meekeren, which went and hit the stumps. And yes, Aiden Markram, we could say one thing, that probably the ball kept a bit low, probably giving a benefit of doubt to Markram, but well done by Van Meekeren. And that was the end of Aiden Markram for one. And the South African score read at 42 for 3. After that, we had Klaasen coming in, and we all know Klaasen is a world-class player now, and he was along with Van der Dussen. But Van der Dussen was the next victim. Now, Van der Dussen, normally, as you know, he's a good reverse sweeper of the ball. Now, let's see what happened. I mean, one would have expected Rassie van der Dussen. He normally uses the reverse sweep very well against all the spinners. And to see Rassie van der Dussen succumb to the reverse sweep was something. And now Rial van der Mer was the bowler, and he was basically trying to reverse sweep him. And he all that he could do is he just swept it directly to backward point, where Vikramjit Dutt or Aryan Dutt actually held the catch. And that was the end of Rassie van der Dussen. And the Netherlands were really into real trouble because 4 wickets were down for 44 runs. 4 wickets down for 44, and we were in the 12th over. So there was still some drama to come now. Henrik Klaasen was there, so definitely. And there were two pillars at the batting crease at the time. One was Henrik Klaasen, who has been, he has been in some great form, as we all know. And David Miller was a great, and we all know David Miller, he's a great finisher. We all know that. Now, this was the only pair which started steadying the ship. It started steadying the ship, and they were slowly trying to first repair the damage, and playing a sort of a very sensible cricket, and things were going on. And then when 18.5 overs were bowled and the score read 89, that was the time once again Netherlands started striking. Now it was the turn of Henrik Klaasen to lose his wicket. Van Beek was the bowler, Logan Van Beek. And, Henrik Klaasen puts a big prize on his wicket. And here comes Logan Van Beek. The ball was angling down the leg side, and he was probably trying to tickle the ball away down to the fine leg region. And look what happened. Vikramjit Singh at fine leg would have been absolutely surprised, because the ball just came into him and he was a goner. Henrik Klaasen was gone for 28. The score read 89 for 5 for South Africa. Now, David Miller was the big hope at the crease, and he was joined in by Marco Hansen, the young, talented all-rounder Marco Hansen. And, probably South Africa would have trusted Marco Hansen to stay, but Van Meekeren produced a beautiful delivery. He came back. David Miller was there. David Miller was trying to, just play around. He knows that his presence at that particular juncture was pretty vital. He knew that he has to finish the game if at all South Africa has to win. But now This was Marco Hansen's stumps being splayed around by Van Meekeren. Now, this was a ball which basically held its line. Marco Hansen probably tried to, he thought the ball might probably go away, and he was shaping for that. And in the waft that he was trying to do, what happened was that the ball went and hit the stumps. It went past the bat and hit the stumps, and it was all over for Marco Hansen, and more trouble for the South Africans. 109 for 6, and we were at the halfway stage of the game. 25 overs were bowled and 109 for 6. And now the only hope that South Africa had was only one man standing there, and that was David Miller. Now he had to nurture the tail. I mean, Gerald Quincy has a bit of a capability as a batsman. He plays as an all-rounder in the domestic tournaments in South Africa. And Gerald Quincy came in. Well, he did give some support to David Miller, but at 109 for 6, he definitely stayed there for quite some time, probably for 6 overs. He also made some runs as well. He made 22 of 23 deliveries with 2 4s and one periscope 6 that he hit, where he probably wanted to leave the ball, but the ball actually took the, nowadays the bats are so heavy, just an edge of the bat can carry into the crowd, and that's what precisely happened. And Gerald Quincy, didn't take much time for Gerald Quincy to leave the scene, but before that, there was something that happened that David Miller was their sole hope, and here comes Logan Van Beek, comes in and clean bowls David Miller. Now David Miller was absolutely, he could not believe it, but well, this was. What a way to do it for Logan Van Beek. Got the ball to swing in, and it was the Dutch were absolutely on the moon because they knew that they had the game in their hands. David Miller was gone, bowl Van Beek for 42 or 52 deliveries, 4 4s and 1 6, and everyone knew the writing was on the wall. The score at 145 for 7, as I said. After that, Gerald Quincy was the next person to go, out for 22 to Deleda. And now it was Keshav Maharaj and Kagiso Rabada at the crease, and we are seeing some tailenders at the crease here. But Kagiso Rabada could not last long. He departed to Delede for just 9 runs of 6 deliveries, including a 6. Now they were down to the last pair. When Rabada left the scene, it was 35.1 overs and 166, and now it was too much to expect Keshav Maharaj, along with a genuine tailender like Lungi Gidi, to take them. But I thought Keshav Maharaj definitely did his bit. But again, as you know, the Netherlands, they were playing with passion. They were totally determined, and nothing could stop them today. And that's what precisely happened. Even though Keshav Maharaj resisted all the way till the final over with a good knock of 40 of 37, 5 4s and 1 6. He was finally... it was the victory cry for the Netherlands, as Keshav Maharaj was the last man out, caught by the captain Edwards, the keeper, behind, and that was the end of the Netherlands innings. So the South African innings, 207 all out, and could you believe it? South Africa had beaten Netherlands by 30. Netherlands had upset South Africa, shocked South Africa by 38 runs. And congratulations to Netherlands. This is a big fillip to their cricket. Yes, they have caused upsets in the past, no doubt about it. They beat South Africa in the T20 World Cup, giving them an exit out of the World Cup. So again, the Netherlands have come to sting South Africa. Let's have a look at the bowling. Aryan Dutt, well, he's a quality bowler. He's been bowling great. 5 overs, 1 minute, none for 19. Logan Van Beek, 8.5 overs, no minute, 60 runs and 3 wickets. Did a wonderful job. Colin Ackerman, 3 overs, 1 for 16. Paul Van Meekeren, 9 overs, 2 for 40. Did a commendable job. Real of Vander Merwa today did everything. He did well with the bat, with the ball, and in the field. 9 overs, no maiden, 2 for 34. Delede, 2 for 36. But the turning point of the game, if you look at it, 105 runs of 9.1 overs, with Scott Edwards scoring 78 of 69. He was definitely the man of the match, and he was the man of the match. And what a player Scott Edwards is. I mean, now, as I said, the World Cup has been thrown absolutely open. because we are there is still some time to get to the business end of the World Cup. But look at what happened. South Africa have been pushed to third position now, with India leading and New Zealand the second in the table. And this is getting really exciting because now Afghanistan beating England, Netherlands upsetting South Africa. We don't know what is in store tomorrow when New Zealand will take on Afghanistan. And what a game that is going to be. Definitely, now every team is going to be wary of every other team's strengths and weaknesses, because it is very vital, because you have seen something happen in front of your eyes, and now you're not the one who's going to, nobody can pull the wool over your eyes. And now it's time for you to be absolutely keen and looking at everything and seeing what you have to do, because you never know. We had two upsets now in this World Cup. What an exciting World Cup we are having. I'm really excited to see the transformation. The first week was something of predictable, where I was telling in India, with the placid pitches, you can score a lot of runs, and in the final innings, whoever chases will win. But suddenly the equation has changed, with Afghanistan beating England, Netherlands beating South Africa, things not happening. Even though you're chasing, you're losing the match, and everything is happening now. So it's getting as exciting as it can be. And I'm absolutely excited bringing you this cricket happening show in this World Cup, and especially this one where Netherlands went on to upset South Africa. This being said, it's about time for me to pull the curtain down on this cricket show for today. But again, folks, I'll be back with you tomorrow with the New Zealand versus Afghanistan. We don't know what's in store. And that's it from me. Bye.